I don't need the microphone. I'm good. It's better this way anyway. Okay, hi, I'm Kristian Zenz. I'm a poet. I'm a two-time published author. I'm a spoken word artist, and I'm 18. So first, I'm going to advertise about this right here. This is Deadly Grievances. This is a collection of poetry. It is a whimsical whirlwind of emotion. It deals with coming of age themes. It deals with how I've matured in the past 2 years or so. And it's a nice summary of where I'm at now. I'm better off now. There's different themes of larger than life subjects, larger than my own personal life, such as climate change, such as relationships with others that I'm not necessarily close to. But yeah, this is it. My grandma did the artwork. She's an artist in Shorewood. If you're interested, there's some copies over there for sale. Let me know. I'll negotiate. But I'm not going to start with that. You're gonna get 2 poems from that, like this, so you can look at the nice cover. I'm going to read a poem called My Child's Earth, which is not featured in this book. It is featured on my website, which is www.myname.com. Book is on Amazon, by the way. This poem was written at the Retreat from Racism seminar at my college, UW-Milwaukee at Waukesha. The current Wisconsin Poet Laureate, Joshua Kelly Hamilton, came in, and she was one of the speakers at the retreat. And impromptu, out of nowhere, out of the blue, she recited one of her works, and it kind of blew my mind, blew the collective hive mind in that room. And that performance inspired me to do things like this myself. I looked at that. I looked at her, well, not really. I looked at the situation, and I was like, I can do that too. Come on. And that's why we're here today. We are here to hear My Child's Earth, which is a retrospective look at the past, but also is a look into the future, and for our next generations. What kind of world will they live in? What kind of environment will they have? What will the social climate be for our children that we may or may not have? All right, here we go. My Child's Earth is free. It is free of 3rd Street fires like today's world that engulf me. It is free of screaming whiteheads telling other colors that they should be dead. It is free of knees on necks and free of oil-spilled shipwrecks. It is free of the 1% who has the rest living a wreck. But it also breathes sighs of change that rearrange stagnant ashes which once remained in place. It informs those of the old that what they were told was weak enough to fracture, like ice in the cold. It sheds the mug of a society that once had a complacent face and opens a cornucopia of individuality that shines a light of united euphoria. It closes a door that in due time would have been burned down by the optimistic mind and embraces those subject to a fate that was once one of discriminatory hate. It creates a connection, a joining of hands that for many decades was in demand. It reminds us all that the reality of tomorrow was merely the dream of today. My Child's Earth is free. It is free of the people who I thought were just like me. This is My Child's Earth. Thank you. Next, what should we do? This book is, like I said, it's a fun read, full of relatable, fun subjects, such as angst, love, hate, feelings that are a mixed emotion, that are a mixed bag when it comes to relationships, significant others, especially when they are your first serious relationship. And essentially it is my spilling of all that emotion, filling in blank pages. And that's what we're working with. I hadn't picked one. I needed that one recorded for my honors program. She asked me to read it. But as for this one, I don't know. I don't know what to do yet. I'm flipping through it. You're welcome to grab one and flip through it yourself if you want. Right over there. Oh yeah, I know which one to read. My shirt is purple. My shirt is a flower up here. It's a cute little design. But yeah, I based merchandise. I have merchandise on Redbubble based off of the artwork in this book. Each poem has some theme of artwork, some kind of digital artwork, some kind of painting that just draws in a visual aspect, adds to the words that are on the pages. And since I'm wearing this purple shirt, we'll read the poem that gave this shirt life. And this poem is called Winter's Flower. The artwork is the flower, again, right here on my shirt. And it is the wood violet, the state flower of Wisconsin. And rather than a straight stem, something boring, I shook it up a bit. I put a Scorpio symbol right over here and replaced the tail end of the Scorpio symbol with the flower. And I did that, the artwork came after the poem, did that because this is about my ex's sister, her name is Violet, she's 12, and it was an unlikely friendship that her and I made. And this poem is just a little love letter to her. So that is the lore and the story behind Winter's Flower. And now you'll get to hear it. Under winter's steel blade, the concrete begins to crack. The sky was getting gray and the winds unleashed their wrath. In due time, seeds were sown between grays and blue. Arise, as the stem will grow and shine beneath many moons. Your childish masquerade came up the stairs with slight taps. One day, the tension did fade, and now your memory gives me a laugh. Winter's Flower is a sister, and she is a friend of mine. I hope her family gives her everything she needs for all time. Now, in due time, you will have grown into somebody that's new. The hummingbirds have flown up north, and not a moment too soon. I wanted to remove you originally and put you in your place. It was then I realized the truth. One of us, you are, in full grace. The morning frost, it sits so still as sunlight floods the windowsill. Sound asleep. In the upstairs bedroom, Winter's Flower rises to full bloom. Winter's Flower is a violet, and that flower is you. Winter's Flower is a violet, and out of love, I envy you. Wish I was 12. Thank you. Now, that poem it's pretty positive. Most of the poems in here are not. It's open-ended to a degree. It says, out of love, I envy you, in the last line. And that is because at times there was some kind of underlying envy, some kind of underlying jealousy. Like, I wish I was that age again. Life gets crazy, and when I was 12, life was much more simple, and sometimes I longed for that time again. And so if this poem could represent a sin, that sin would be envy. And that follows through with the rest of the poetry in here. There are 14 poems total in this book, and the first 7 each represent one of the deadly sins. The next 5 after that are the 5 stages of grief in response to that sin, or those sins. And then the last 2 are 2 forms of realization, 2 forms of repentance in response to the grieving of those sins. And out of all that, out of all those issues, out of all that time, you come out a better person. And that is the basic themes behind this book. Let's read a stage of grief. We all grieve at some point, it's part of life. We'll do bargaining. Bargaining is complicated. Bargaining is in the middle of it all. It's in between the anger that you feel and the realization after, the acceptance you feel after, just hanging on to the final thread of the past and what you once wanted. Happy birthday, Anna. Okay, so let's read She Doesn't Know. This is the third stage of grief. Again, this is bargaining, and it was written before the breakup I endured. And it deals with me feeling like I put in a lot of work to sustain the relationship I had. I put in a lot of effort to sustain this person, to sustain what I came to love. And it was me reflecting upon what her actions were, and it just feel like what I was doing didn't even matter for a lot of the time. And the thoughts rolling through my head. I'm doing all I can, but you don't know that. Doesn't matter to you. She doesn't know. So this poem is called She Doesn't Know in regard to that. No, I'm not far, but neither am I close. I'm dismantled and I'm dispersed, and it's fine, I suppose. I'm caught up in cocky and I'm swallowed in shame. Everything does remain, but nothing is the same. Sinking teeth into rosy cheeks, there is a hunger for ecstasy. It's intense and it reeks, and I'm at a loss of what to be. Am I a shell of what they all see? I'm going to open the door, but not too slowly. Am I a passing memory? I'm going to open the door. Please, don't close it on me. But, do they remember me? I have quite the history of friends and enemies, talking back, spinning up the past in full frontal view for everyone to see. Hey, life is just a breeze. When speaking through a screen, I never have to mean what I mean, as long as it means what I mean passive-aggressively. And it does mean something indeed, and this is what I know. At times, I was barely a man who dreamed of sharing such a profound dream with a lover, and this lover was seldom seen. With each passing night, a haunting shiver rose above the flood stage, washing away makeup and setting off fires of rage. I know the split seams of the dream could be woven once again to find the meaning of that dream. I could become another, some type of the other, if that would make her pleased. And I know that there is a hole in my couch, like the hole in my chest. My ribcage might break as I continue to debate why the ever-changing leaves, they are no longer green. Yellow is falling into gutters and it's being swirled by boat rudders, dispersing and dismantling my dream. My motorboat has washed up on the coast and the hull has sprung a leak. I know that long ago, I dug a hole deep inside of my head. Inside, it was a crime. It took up time. It damn near left me dead. But I also know that despite my turmoil, I never foiled and I rose up again. It might have been too late, but it will stay with me forever as she looks for a different endeavor. Despite it all, I keep on swimming. Despite it all, my mind keeps turning. And despite continued learning, I have become a better man. I am a chauffeur, I am a teacher, and I am someone to defend. I am a mentor, and I am a brother, and I am a believer in the end. I am a creator, and I am a partner. Despite all that I am, I wish I was her friend. No, I'm not far, but neither am I close. I'm dismantled and dispersed, but she does not know. And I'll leave it at that for now. So, there are a few copies where I'll be sitting. My car keys on the couch. No one look at those. If you're interested in this, if you're interested in taking one of those, let me know. Come talk to me, and we'll make a deal. Strike a deal.